Bum 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 bum. The Peter Shit Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. So one of my resolutions for 2023 was to network more with people and to get the word out there on my bismuth art, my computer games, my all the rest, right? On what else was there going on? Stargazing, and maybe even uh, go out with somebody on Valentine's Day, and all the rest. So that was one of my goals. But I realized one barrier that was getting in the way of the goals, and the one barrier, it's probably best to explain with an example. So, as you guys know, I love to do intermittent fasting, 16 hours, 18 hours. Now, I work at a learning center. And one day I thought I could take a walk, get to the center 20 minutes before class starts, and have my meal there. And that would make it a 16-hour fast. I had it all planned out. I love to map out my days like that. Now, the problem is I get to the center and the student's already sitting in my office waiting for me. Now, he's a very agreeable guy, but he's only 15 years old. And so I told him that, we got like 15 more minutes. Do you mind coming back at 4 o'clock or whatever it was? And he said, "No, I'm just surfing the web. Don't worry." Now, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking in his mind, he's only surfing the web. But in my mind, him sitting there puts a constraint on how I can eat, right? Sometimes I just want to completely zone out. I don't want to have to pay attention to table manners, right? This is my meal time. And I got I ended up having to raise my voice to wrench him out of the room, and which is upsetting because I really liked working with him. He's one of the better students that we have. In retrospect, the fact that he would even show up and come to my office 15 minutes early. I mean, not too many students are willing to. Most students want to sneak out 15 minutes early if they can get away with it, right? And in retrospect, I should have understood that. I don't think it was the chips that I was after or whatever I was eating that I was after. I think it was the unexpected events that threw me. I had played out the sequence of events, and the unexpectedness just threw me a little bit. I do this a lot, actually. And it's unfortunate because usually unexpected events are a gold mine for exploring new things, right? Getting to build rapport with the student. I almost missed my flight to Amsterdam one time. What had happened was I had flown from Seattle to Detroit. I had a connecting flight in Detroit. I had a favorite sushi restaurant that I liked to eat there, but when I got to Detroit, they were closed for some reason. Uh, who knows why? This was not COVID related. This was years before COVID. They were closed, and I got lost in thought. And I wandered around the airport looking for something else to eat, and I just got so lost and confused. It wasn't because I wanted to eat. I probably wasn't even all that hungry. I certainly didn't need the sushi in any physiological or psychological. I just got confused. And to add to the confusion, when I looked up, I realized that I had walked outside of the security area. I was just really lost looking for food, looking for entertainment, whatever it was. And when I looked up, I had walked outside of security. I went back to security and begged everybody to let me cut in front of them. And which everybody was really upset because not only did I cut in front of them, but I wanted to opt out of the body x-ray scanners. And so it really upset a lot of people. And finally, when I got to the gate, they had been announcing my name over and over and over again. And I literally made it to the gate just before they closed the door. The flight attendant was so pissed off at me. And when I finally explained what had happened, she got even more upset. All that for looking for sushi. It wasn't because I was really looking for sushi. I got lost and confused. Unexpected events have a tendency to do that to me. And that's bad because I almost missed my flight. I could have tried a new food had I not been so lost. You get the idea, right? I I had a job interview one time. It was online over Zoom, and so I was looking for a suitable place to sit down to do this because I was living out of my car at the time. There were still a lot of quarantine issues going on. I went to several coffee shops and the music was just blaring loudly and impossible to do. Finally, I find this hotel lobby, but I don't want to look like I'm just loitering around. So I'm thinking I'll start by going into the restroom in the lobby to look like I've been staying there, right? Clean up a little bit and all that. I need to clean up anyway before the job interview. But when I get to the restroom of this hotel, the door's locked because of maintenance issues. And I just get so lost that I end up showing up like 2 minutes late for my job interview. Anyway, that's the kind of drama I run into when an unexpected event comes that I had planned my whole day around. I just get so thrown off that I'll miss my flight, miss job interviews, piss off a student at the tutoring center. You get the idea, right? Now, in 2020, at the beginning of 2020, I had made a New Year's resolution to normalize my relationship with food. I was doing really well until one day, I went to the grocery store to look for kielbasa sausages to take my mind off of a big life-shattering event that had just happened. Not surprisingly, the store was sold out, and I went to several other stores looking for kielbasa sausages. And not surprisingly, half the store was sold out. Toilet paper was sold out. Now, as I was shopping, my mom called me and she offered to overnight me some stuff because she lives in a small town. They didn't have the issue with the runs on the stores, and then I thought about it. Gee, my mom has type 2 diabetes. I don't think it's a good idea for her to be running around with this new problem that we have. And I don't think I should be running around either. In fact, I don't even have an appetite anymore after all this stress. And I quickly snapped out of it and went back to my fast. But I still wasted a good 2 or 3 hours where I was really stressed out, and I got my mom really concerned for me. So that's the kind of I don't think I was really craving all those things all those times. It was more so that I got thrown off track, off balance, and that's the kind of problem I run into. That a lot of times when I'm late for work, miss events, forget to do things, or forget certain obligations. A lot of times it's not because I'm lazy or anything. I just get thrown off by various unexpected. Oh, I remember now. I was late going to see my PhD advisor one time. What had happened was I had bought a computer off of Craigslist, and I'd driven about 10 miles away to pick it up. And when I took it home, the computer was badly infested with all sorts of viruses, and I thought for sure I had gotten scammed. And when I called the guy, uh, he was nowhere to be found, and I thought for sure I had gotten scammed. Now the next morning, the morning before I was going to see my PhD advisor, he calls me back frantically apologizing. He forgot to change out the hard drive or something like that. So I drive back to his place to get the new hard drive, and I forgot about the appointment because it was just unexpected that I had this computer scam drama. And at the time, I was upset when my PhD advisor was upset at me. I complained that it was because I didn't have a spouse to take care of the errands at home, and that she was discriminating against singles. In retrospect, I just got thrown off by the unexpected event. That's what it was. Anyways, don't let unexpected events throw you off in 2023. They are a blessing if you let it be. They could also be your biggest nightmare if you let it be. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.